Okay, you in particular, and I'm sure there are others that need to hear this, you're being rejiggled, you're being almost like repositioned, almost like looking at the direction that you're heading into your future. So, okay, thank you. When we have experiences that come up, or okay, thank you, the human doesn't normally expect anything the way they the way they live their life. It's almost as if they don't expect anything to happen. And then when it does happen, they then question how hard the journey is. Your journey is not necessarily meant to be easy, but how else would you experience it if you were not to feel the emotions? The emotions are to make you stop. We have said this before. The emotions is so that you can feel into what is happening to you, to bring to the surface. You have been troubled, and we are aware of you in particular that you are being troubled at this moment. When you're being troubled, see it as this, is that everything is coming together to help you to move forward. This has been a time for many of the dark shadow work. The dark shadow work is the part of yourself that needs some assistance being brought to the surface to reevaluate. Sometimes when people are unaware of what's to come, they become quite fearful. We are saying to you at this moment in time, and there are many that need to hear this, you may not have the answer or have a clear picture of how things are going to unfold. This was never meant to be. It's the human mind. The human mind likes to have the clearer picture, and so that you then know what's to come. So to reassure yourself, to help you to have security, to feel safe. We understand you are feeling vulnerable at this time. And there are many also that will be feeling this too, as you're going through many issues, many layers of yourself. We find this, that humans do not tend to understand this, that if we think of the concept of time, we will explain, it's not linear as humans see it as the past, the present and the future, as this timeline that you feel that you move across and try to have an understanding of what's to come. It is more of the layers of oneself and the dimensions that you coexist in. Now, sometimes humans are unaware of the true reality of what is happening for them. And they feel there is this illusion of what they think is happening, but it truly isn't. I know, let us explain and help you to understand more. When the human is experiencing a situation, they only look at it from possibly the wounded point of view. We are saying to take time to have a look around from many directions and not to believe what it is that you actually think is happening. We do not wish to talk in riddles, but we are trying to make more sense of this for you and for many others at this moment. Yes, you can feel into the emotions of what is happening and try to make sense if it is possible, but many of you will not be making sense of what is happening for you right now. It's because it's almost as if for some of you, the slate will be wiped clean in a sense. No, we will explain. There is great change occurring now on this planet, and individual souls will be going through their soul process. For many of you, your souls will not quite understand. There is a reckoning that is occurring on the planet with the souls. When the soul was once where it was going through the Akashic records, all your information, everything that you went through. It was going through all the information of how you were going to live your life and the interaction of others around you. And assuming that many of those around you would stay with you until the day of passing, for yourself and for themselves too. Some, we are aware, have cut their lives short, and so they will not be around you to assist you to some degree, as in the physical self. But we are aware that with yourself, there is someone that steps forward to assist you from time to time. We are feeling that we are not making ourselves too clear, so we will try again. Many of the souls that are here now on this planet will not quite understand the reason why they have been brought here at this particular time. There is a big reset of the souls. It will not be clear to many of you why you are here at this particular time. And many of you will suffer from that heartache of not understanding why. And the journey. And those who are brought forth to be around you, as in family members and friends who have stepped forth to be in your life at this particular time. What we are saying is, when there is heartache, when it is difficult to understand your life journey, it is only to be in that moment to process the information. If you stretch your mind too far ahead, that will not give you your answer. You must stay in the present moment and to embrace those emotions and to see where it takes you, in a sense of where is that wound that needs to be cleaned out and healed. Depending on the individual at any particular time when you're going through a trauma or a wound, depending on how you are feeling about it, then goes on to create more ripples and mischief. If you come from one place and you are present and you see your reality as it is truly is at that particular moment, moving forward, which we do not like the timelines, but moving forward, there is a different part of you, you grow. If you lose yourself in what you think is your reality, which isn't necessarily, but you think too far ahead, you get confused and again it splinters off. There are fragments and fractures within different souls, and those fractures need healing, those wounds. Otherwise they can splinter off to create more mayhem in your life. We feel this is happening for yourself. Also, we are aware that you are personally and particularly on your energy is developing. You are becoming more and more aware of your psychic side of yourself. You're growing, and it's not comfortable when you are growing on your psychic side. Becoming more psychic and being more awakened to what is to come, or this is not always reality. So we wish to say to you, you are coming online, your circuitry is coming online. The empathic side of you is emotional and picking up on so much. It would be about you focusing on your energy and not to consume others or to interfere or to allow your emotions or your imagination to stretch across boundaries, as it will become more confusing. So we suggest that when times are hard, you place yourself in your own energy stream, in your own energy bubble, that you focus on yourself, and to know that we step forward to assist you. You may not see the future clearly. You are not meant to see, because the future is changing rapidly, extremely now for many of you. The outcomes will be changing at full speed ahead. There is many different time zones and dimensions that are changing. It's being rejiggled about. This may sound confusing. It's hard for the human mind to conceive what we are trying to relay. But there are many fractures at the moment, and splinters of personalities who are stretching out, we would say come back into yourself, to your own energy field, to be in your moment. It is not up to you to totally understand what is happening. Just allow it to unfold. What's happening at the moment, okay, thank you. What they're saying is, at this moment in time, many people are going to be traveling on their own soul journey and will be going through whatever it is for them they need to hear right now. They will uncover part of their surface. So those who've gone through different situations, this individual that's asked through your experience that you've gone through, you know, your mother passing recently and what you have been through. So now you've come out onto the other side. It feels a little bit lighter to some degree compared to what you had. So that's one layer now, okay? So where you are, you've addressed that layer in a sense of you're working through it and you're feeling like lighter because of your experience as a human, what happened to you. So we can deal with that to a certain degree. And then we go for another layer and then another layer and another layer. And that's progression. So it's like so many people at the moment on the planet are going through different things. And not everyone is going to feel disconnected. Not everyone is going to be feeling, you know, that they need something bigger or they need to connect to a group. Some people are like, I'm fine, thank you very much. I'm absolutely okay. And that's fine because you're dealing with your situation to a certain level. And there are other layers to it as you go further and further on. So where you are right now, it's like to embrace that level. It's like, okay, where I am on my layer right now, you know, I've come out of a difficult time and now I'm going to embrace my freedom. I'm going to make the most of it. And then you do it. And that's the whole purpose of progression. That's the whole process of, you know, moving on. So, and then you'll go through that and there may be another period of time and you'll go, oh, now I did it to that degree, now let's move on to something else. And that's what's happening at the moment. People are changing all the way through. It's the cycles that we're all going on right now, which is good because then we know that those who are going through maybe a difficult point, we know it's a cycle, we'll come back out of it again. So that's good. So where you are in your particular cycle, you've come out of a difficult time and you're like, yeah, bring it on. I want life. I want to do this. I want to do that. And that's absolutely brilliant and well done to you. But there'll be others again that will be like going through a bit of a tricky stage right now. And that's their cycle. And that's like with the nature and that's like with animals. It's going to be the same thing for human. This is not going to apply to every single human. But at the space is like, to say for those who are going for a tricky point, as we know, it's like a cycle. We will get through this again. So that's what's happening for many people as the group that I'm talking to right now, and many people that will hear this information. We're all going through different stages. But the most important thing is to find a place where you feel comfortable, whether that's on your own or you find like-minded people to connect with, and not to feel that you are isolated or on your own. Life is just showing you something right now, okay?